Today what we're doing, reacting to Zeros of Important Events, Netflix series reaction. Season 1, Episode 6 reaction. Talking about how Count kills Aunt Josephine by pushing her to the leeches in Lacrimose Lake. How his adopted wise daughter, Sunny Beaudelet, adopted wise son, Klaus Beaudelet, and his adopted wise daughter, Violet Beaudelet, escaped to Poultryville, and escapes like he always does at the end of every episode 2-parter, which is a common running theme throughout the show. Basically means that they are still trying to find more about their family and secret organization, and whatever put them in these circumstances is what they're trying to do. Characters and actors in a series of unfortunate events. Dylan Keatwell, who plays Quigley Fogmire in a series of unfortunate events Netflix series, and Alison Williams, who plays Kit Snicket in a series of unfortunate events Netflix series. Now let's do the reaction, talking about reports for the reaction to the video. Sure.
Every single episode, nothing but dismay. So away, as the Guardian is rocked by fear and panic, they end up on a boat that might as well be the Titanic. With all a bunch of adults, 99% agree there must be something happier upstream for you to see.
Let's go watch this. Let's go watch this. Even if I do get copyright for this, goodbye. I can just fix it.
Watch and they will say, look away, 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 look away.
Violet, Klaus, and Sun. By the time I read this note, my life will be at its end. My heart is as cold as ice, and I find my life unbearable. And my children may not understand the sad life of the downtrodden, or what would have led me to this desperate act. Please know that I am much happier this way. As my last will and testament, I leave you three in the care of Captain Shannon, a kind and honorable man. Please think of me kindly, even though I've done this terrible thing. Josephine Emerson. It can't be.
Can't be.
Sure, it can't be, but she's leaving them in the care of Count Olaf, who's this guy she fell for as Captain Hulo Shao, not as Captain Shao.
You lose someone important to you. And it can't be are often the words that run through your saddened head. You never lost someone so long. Can't be that old medicine. Can't be. My name's Lenny Snicket. It's my job to report the history of the Baudelaire orphans, but it can't be that you have nothing better to do. Baudelaire believed incorrectly that he would never see their Aunt Josephine again, but it can't be that you are interested in watching them suffer. As her last words echo again and again throughout her empty, illumined house. It can't be.
As my last will and testament, I leave you in the care of Captain Shale, a kind and honorable man. Please think of me kindly even though I've done this terrible thing. Yes, I understand. I'll tell them. Of course, I'll tell them. I promise, I'll tell them. Goodbye.
Mr. Poe says we can always rely on trying to educate. I just can't believe it.
It's all there in ink and shaky handwriting, and Josephine is dead, and she's left us in the care of Count Olaf.
It's not right. There's something funny about this note.
There's nothing funny about a woman throwing herself out of a window.
Not funny isn't a funny joke. Funny isn't a funny smell. Let me show you.
There's definitely is a funny smell in that note.
In the very first sentence, she says my life will be at its end, and now it is. That's not what I mean. She says it's. I-T apostrophe S. Meaning it is. She means attitude.
Yes, that's the size of the grammatical error. Who cares about grammatical errors when she jumped out a window?
Aunt Josephine wouldn't care. She said grammar was the greatest joy in life.
That's not enough, no matter how much she liked grammar. She says she found her life unbearable.
That's another error. She didn't say she found her life unbearable. And you, she said she found her life unbearable. But now, that's not a word.
Her situation isn't in there.
Yeah, see, you made grammar mistakes. She's a grammarian person who's haunted by the past.
Bearable, it's unbearable. Josephine left us in the care of Captain Shale, and I don't know what we can do with it.
I wish we'd never let Mr. Bullet know. We could have trotted up her. All she knew him in her handwriting, but didn't mention Captain Shale.
Wouldn't it be difficult to imitate her handwriting?
Maybe it's not her handwriting at all.
Forgery? Very serious charge.
Not serious as murder.
Which is what Count Olaf did. He murdered Aunt Josephine. Personal.
Again with Count Olaf. I must say, other than a gaping, middle-aged woman shaped hole in the window, I can see no sign of struggle. Or raping.
We told you, Count Olaf didn't have to break into Aunt Josephine's house.
He was in disguise and Aunt Josephine fell for hook, line, and sinker.
This class is no time for fake.
Yeah, true.
Anyway, there's a
Hook, line, and sinker she fell for.
very simple way to tell you this. You simply have to compare to your Aunt Josephine's handwriting.
That's actually an excellent idea.
True.
You are very intelligent children. Even the most intelligent people sometimes need to go for paper.
Wait right here. Here's Aunt Josephine's shopping list. We can use this to compare.
Now look here. Look at there being several gallons of vinegar and how it matches the being violent she wrote in the note. And look at the same cold soup ingredients and how it matches the sea Captain Shale. And look where she writes, I think shopping is terribly dangerous and how it matches, think of me kindly even though I have done this terrible thing.
Should be I done this terrible thing.
This is a terrible thing, which it's been upsetting to read. But once ago, oh, we can see the note is not a forgery.
You're right.
Why would this Captain Shale person go through so much trouble to this note is here?
We've already told you Captain Shale is what Olaf in disguise.
No, I know you had some terrible experiences, but you mustn't start letting your imagination so fast. Remember you were staying at El Monte? You were convinced that his assistant Stefano was actually Count Olaf in disguise.
Stefano was actually Count Olaf in disguise.
That's the point. The point is that you can't just start jumping to conclusions. You jump to the conclusion that this note was important, and now you're jumping to the conclusion that a villainous man who's writing stuff like nothing until he got a hold of your parents' enormous fortune is involved in some plot to get a hold of your parents' enormous fortune.
You don't have to believe us. See for yourself. His truth can come outside all our denials.
Wow. True.
Well, I see an approaching hurricane, but no theatrical truth. It's like I said, Baudelaire, you're letting your imagination get the best of you. Imagination's all well and good for children's books or digital entertainment, but this is real life.
Mr. Poe, you have to believe us when we tell you that Captain Shale is really Count Olaf.
Josephine's note might not have been forged, or there's something suspicious going on. It's full of grammatical errors.
Disguises and grammatical errors, these are dire accusations, but they're easily investigated. You can settle the whole matter over French.
French?
This is a word with a combination of practice and language.
You know what rubbish means.
Oh, good, then you'll have an easy time with the menu. Captain Sham's about to call to a restaurant to talk this over.
You've already spoken with Captain Sham.
Yes, that's some strange coincidence. He called me accidentally, trying to reach a knife store to buy a surprise for some children he knows. He was shocked to hear about Josephine's death, but hoped George would prosper for raising new children. So there wouldn't be.
We're not going to lunch with that villain.
We will stay here on the exam now.
Oh, no, that's not.
That's very crazy that Captain Shaw wanted to raise.
What's on this matter once and for all? They tell me Hurricane Herman is going to be so enormous and menacing, it will most likely shut down all the electric power in the city. So I'm going to settle this quickly, put you in the hands of a sailor I just met on the phone, before returning safe and sound to the city. Children, I promise to investigate this man, Captain Sham, to the fullest extent of my ability as a vet. If
He's an absolute fool, this guy!
he discovers, as you claim, eyes of gold.
He will not. He doesn't know who's who. Boom! Shine! Shine, shine, shine! Oh, shine. Oh my god.
Probably know of a plant called the Venus flytrap, which grows in the tropics.
Heard of that plant, but not really sure what it
The
is.
apartments of certain lonely people. The plant is shaped like an open mouth, tooth-like spines around the edges. The fly, attracted to the smell of the flower, lands on the Venus flytrap. The mouth of the plant begins to close, trapping the terrified fly who slowly, dissolves into nothing. As Violet Klaus and Sonny arrived at their brunch with Count Olaf a few minutes late because Mr. Poe missed the turn. They felt as helpless as a fly as Count Olaf's evil scheme closed around them. Sadly, they were not learning for a long time. Someone was there, desperately trying to help them.
Hello, I'm Larry Roy.
Larry, why is it helpful?
Here. Welcome to the Anxious Clown restaurant, where everybody has a good time whether they like it or not. I can see we have a whole family lunching together today, so allow me to recommend the Extra Fun Special Family Appetizer. It's a bunch of things fried up together and served with sauce.
That sounds wonderful. Extra special family fun appetizer for an extra special family. My.
I'll just have a look.
Otherwise, order calendar.
Thank you.
Same for me. And a glass of ice cubes for my baby sister, please.
I'll have a cup of coffee with mom, give it creamy, please.
Oh no, Paul. Let's share a nice bottle of red wine.
No thanks, Captain Sham. I don't do your begging hours.
Such a celebratory brunch, we should drink a toast. After all, it's not every day that a man becomes a father of 3 children.
Please, Sham. Pardon me. I know that you're glad to raise the children, but you must understand that children must step up Josephine, their brothers.
I'm upset too. I'm probably more upset. Josephine was Josephine was my oldest and dearest friend.
I met her yesterday at the town market in Pennington.
It really does seem like yesterday, but actually it was many years ago. She and I met at cooking school. We were oven partners in the advanced baking course.
You were oven partners, and Josephine was desperately afraid of turning on an oven.
Soon we became fast friends. And
There might be some truth to this. They just don't know how much of a man he is.
one day she said to me, if I ever adopt some orphans and then meet an untimely death, promise me that you will raise them as if they were your own. Of course I agreed, but I had no idea I would have to take that promise.
Josephine is dead?
Yes. Josephine Handwhistle jumped out of the window of her own home late last night. Didn't you hear?
didn't realize this was a sad occasion. In that case, allow me to recommend the Cheer Up Cheeseburgers. They're pickles, mustard, and ketchup. Make a little smiley face on top of the burger, which is guaranteed to give you a smiling too. So make sure you look inside before you eat it.
Very true. Very true.
Well, that's a wonderful idea. Cheer up cheeseburgers for everyone, Larry.
Odd service here.
For off-season.
How's the performance out there? Sticking us dripping more ready for the leeches.
Yeah,
True.
funny business clown.
It's left.
Calling you a clown, that's name calling. That's bullying.
Larry, I told you my name is Larry. You
Larry.
It's what gender you are.
It's a clown wig.
You don't care.
All we care about is making sure you don't blow this for the fun.
Very true.
Go with your word, get out. You go first. You better do exactly what you say. You're gonna get the night lunch for everyone. With no tricks, no outright, no points, and no secret messages written in ketchup mustard or something mail in the Cheer Up Cheeseburgers.
You'll never defeat us. You can surround us, you can throw us out of windows, you can threaten us and make us cook for you.
Sorry to interrupt, but what's the soup of the day?
I want to emphasize straight away that the Baudelaire fortune will still be under my supervision until Violet comes of age.
What fortune? I don't know about that fortune.
The Baudelaire parents have left behind an enormous fortune that the children will inherit when Violet comes of age.
Oh, I have no interest in a fortune. I thought I'd kill them.
Mr. Cole, Sonny's right. Surely you can finally see that this man.
Beverages! Coffee for the gentleman, a fuzzy navel for the sailor, a gift from someone in the kitchen, and water and ice for the Baudelaires.
You know our names?
Of course I don't know your names.
Alright.
I completely forgot what I needed to say. Don't you hate that?
You're saying that to come off.
But the waiter, it didn't too odd.
No, not the waiter. You. You've done something terrible to Aunt Josephine, and you're scheming to get our fortune.
Why would Captain Sham do something terrible to his closest friend?
Good point, Paul.
He isn't Captain Sham. He found Ola.
True. And then we thought they're friends.
Lord, I've been more than patient with you. I understand that losing your parents and your home has had an emotional effect, as I imagine it would have on many people. I've done the best I can to find a suitable home for you, but nothing I do seems to be good enough. And now, faced with a perfectly legal last will and testament that will place you in the care of a sailor you met yesterday, you start to stop these vile, McCarthy-esque accusations.
What do you think?
They are coffee, yes, but they're true.
But, if you insist, I will prove to you that Captain Shen and Count Ola are two completely different people, step by step, as if you were babies.
That's a bit
Cheer
true.
up cheeseburgers.
Count Olaf has one long eyebrow.
I meant to ask.
Well, Captain Shen has one eye patch.
Sure, damn weather, I can hardly wait.
If any of you have any food allergies,
Count Olaf has a tattoo of an eye on his left ankle.
you got it right before the show.
While Captain Shen has half a broomstick where his left ankle should be.
We prefer the term peg leg.
We certainly would not want anyone to have an allergic reaction.
Count Olaf would only just met Aunt Josephine.
That would force them to leave the restaurant.
While Captain Shen is known for many years.
Along with her husband. What's his name?
Count Olaf is a murderous and who's only interested in your parents' money, while Captain Sham has expressed great interest in raising you children without touching a single penny.
Lucy.
We're allergic to peppermints.
What? Lucy. Get me another navel.
So, can we all agree that Captain Sham has none of the hallmarks, earmarks, or benchmarks of Count Olaf?
Agreed.
If we could just go back to Aunt Josephine's house.
There's something strange about that note.
We've already been over the note brothers. It's not a forgery. And the grammatical mistakes are really the nervousness of any woman who's about to throw herself out of window.
Here, here.
Now, Captain Sham, I have some papers in my briefcase that I need to sign.
And then the children will be mine.
You'll be caring for. Yeah.
And there's nothing in the world that can stop me.
Well, that peculiar way of saying it, but yes.
I bought the bill. Take your time. I'm sure none of you are in any particular hurry.
I need to have a few words with you about the children.
Now I have to do this for I will raise them.
Well, I want to hear Richard's order of a school voucher system.
Indeed, tell me more.
Everyone is allergic to sun. Whether it is gluten, injustice, dark chocolate, corruption, pulp, oil, or common decency.
And all dishes.
Little orphans were allergic to peppermint. Their allergies were notoriously quick-acting and powerful. Of course, if you were allergic to a thing, it's best not to put that thing in your mouth.
True.
Particularly if the thing is cats. But Violet, Klaus, and Sonny knew that this was an emergency. A strange message they had received seemed to indicate there was more for the Baudelaires to investigate. But not until after they got away from Count Olaf and his miserable lunch, allowing Mr. Poe began to tell a very boring story.
It reminds me of a time I bought a carton of milk. The little clerk asked me what kind of milk.
Children unwrap their peppermints. He placed them at their mouths.
Whole milk. And so I said milk factories. And then the clerk leads me to the dairy section where the milk is kept. And he said to me, how this can be, you look terrible.
We're having an allergic reaction.
I feel like terrible.
This gracious Violet, you have huge, ugly red patches on your skin. Klaus was telling me it's swelling. What things are happening?
I'm sure it's not.
Nothing? Violet has a hive on her face the size of a hard-boiled egg.
I think it takes some deep breaths.
I think we should go home and rest.
An excellent idea.
Oh, it's in the middle of brunch. Just lean back in your seat.
Captain Sham, the children are quite ill. Let's pay the bill and take the children home.
No, we can go home by ourselves.
I wouldn't dream of leaving you alone.
Well, there is another paperwork to go over to make the adoption official, and frankly, we'd like to take advantage of the Fickle Fairy's pre-hurricane special reduced ticket prices.
Yes, finish the paperwork and have a relaxing lunch. Captain Sham can come fetch us at Aunt Josephine's house.
I'll see you very soon.
True.
I can't understand what you're saying, but I assume that you think we ought to give Aunt Josephine's note before Harold off and Mr. Pope and the paperwork.
True. That's true.
But how are we going to get all the way back up to Aunt Josephine's house?
Does anybody need to ride someplace for reasonable fee? Lady, I've had this conversation a million times. If you look at the white whale in terms of post-colonialism,
Thank you, sir.
call me Ishmael.
We don't have much time before Hurricane Irma arrives. Why though? Good idea. Lunch.
Move from the about the photographs to take ahead. And I'll get to what we miss.
Got it. Sunny and I will take baking soda baths to treat our house while you begin your research.
Exactly. Nouns and verbs.
And those monies are locked into the tuition.
The tuition fund cannot be spent, for example, on a pair of diamond cufflinks. Just that.
All you do is saute garlic and onions in a pot, then add onions, capers, anchovies, diced parsley, and tomatoes.
Stop being friendly to him.
You call me Larry.
Anxious Clown Restaurant, this is Larry, your waiter. What? Yeah. Peru?
Secure for the woman, but you need to go. Who is this?
So he thinks that the by the way, parents are alive in Peru.
Go! Go!
Hello! The restaurant is compromised.
Can't wait for the weather to clear.
There's something compromised,
It's
yeah.
gonna take more than a hurricane to keep us from our children.
Hurricane.
Buckle up, darling. It's gonna be a rocky flight.
play ball.
You're right, Klaus. The baking soda bath did wonders for our hives. How's your woman tell me? How's your research?
My time is improving. That's why research deeper in health.
What is all this?
It's and Josephine, no. Look, IT_F.
I remember it. Josephine wrote it's as in it is when she meant it's as in belonging to it.
That was just to get our attention. But what was that?
My heart is as cold as ice. But Aunt Josephine said she liked to think of her husband someplace hot. As cold as ice would make a lot more sense.
Exactly. And what if Anchorman will think that up?
They're a message. And Josephine said she and Ike developed secret codes. C for ice instead of Ike. U for unbearable instead of invariable. R, E, L, D, D. Colonel Cave. That's where I go to, but where's the last word we left from cave? Maybe they're not her last words. What if she only wants people to think that she's dead? People who don't care about the local Arabs, like her Olaf. Exactly.
Like I don't know.
What if she's alive and wants us to know where she's hiding? Colonel Cave. We have to find her.
How are we gonna get to the Colonel Cave?
Look at the dotted line. It looks like the Fickle Fairy goes to the Lavender Lighthouse, which is right next to the cave.
I saw the schedule when we were at the Queen's Dock. The Fickle Fairy usually sends me now.
Let's gather everything we might need.
Yeah, this is gonna topple off the cliff. Like I said, it went nuts. I have to get out of the house, that's all I can tell you there. Gonna topple. The house is gone.
And, finally, there's still the matter of Aunt Josephine's house to take care of. Those forms need to be filled out in Kentucky. Oh,
And duplicate.
and then we can treat ourselves to our second favorite candy in the house boy, peppermints.
During tourist season at Lake Lacrimus, the Pickle Fairy brings visitors all over the world to enjoy seafood.
But they gotta steal a boat. That's another thing I forgot to tell you, my mates.
Fresh air. Smoke metal. The ferry leaves every 17 minutes to the Lavender Lighthouse. Tourists can walk part of the cave where they get past and the lighthouse is filled. That's only when the weather is warm. During the off-season, Lake Lacrimus has very few visitors, which is why ferry mapping is added 2 words to the bottom of their schedule in fine print. Phrase that cheer names you might misread until it's
We're not permitted.
What does that mean?
It means the ferry isn't running at all.
And how are we gonna get to Colonel Cave?
There's also fine print attached to this sad tale. A number of concerned people are worried that if you watch the Baudelaire orphans steal a sailboat and sail across Lake Lacrimosa in the middle of Hurricane Irma,
We're going to steal a sailboat. Steal across the Lacrimosa in the middle of Hurricane Irma.
you might be tempted to do such a thing.
I would never do that. But I'm tempted to.
We're stealing these too!
So allow me to offer you a piece of advice, even
Tell
though I
me.
don't know anything about you.
You don't know anything about me, that's true.
Do not take a sailboat that does not belong to you.
Do not, that's what the Bible says. Do not cover your neighbor's wife. Do not take anything that belongs to your neighbor or anything that doesn't belong to you. Exactly.
We're just borrowing it. We'll bring it back. Nobody will even know what we're doing.
Do not attempt to sail that sailboat, Fahrenheit.
There's a lot of perils to the
Especially with the Baudelaires, you only have a vague idea of how sailing works.
And that's the right literature. All we got to do is even sail catch the wind.
I've seen his lever and naval blueprint. It's called the Tiller. Here's the stick.
No, you have to do is sail across the Lacrimosa in the middle of a hurricane.
Sailing across Lake Lacrimosa in a hurricane offers plottage. Plottage is a word which here means tomatoes.
Tomato this is what perfect means, yeah.
Boat might be tossed into the wicked whirlpool. The dash of bits in my perspectives. And even if you were lucky, despite a fate, it will be the lavender lake.
It's the Lavender Lighthouse.
It would be an outright miracle if your boat were not destroyed at the craggy entrance to the cave. Fortunately, the Baudelaires were about to learn what any local weather person can tell you. All storms eventually break, even Hurricane Irma.
The Lacrimosa is actually very pretty.
Yeah, I've noticed it before. I guess we got used to looking at it through Aunt Josephine's eyes.
Colonel Cave's for sale.
How would want to live in such a phantasmagorical place? What does that sound?
Just the wind.
Probably. I've read somewhere that when wind passes through small spaces like caves, it can make strange noises. It's nothing to be afraid of. I'm afraid of it anyway. Me too.
The ants in the cave.
Josephine? Are you? Okay. You figured it out. I knew you could figure it out. I knew you would decode my message.
That's really did it.
I thought I knew how to work this sailboat. But I thought we never would have made it.
Sunny spot at the lighthouse.
Well, I am so glad to see all of you. Just let me catch my breath. Then I'll have to bring in your things.
What things?
Your luggage, of course. I hope you brought food. I'm out.
We didn't bring anything.
No food? How in the world did you expect to live with me in this cave if you didn't bring any food?
We didn't come here to live with you.
Then why did you come? Whatever word that was, Sonny, it was grammatically incorrect. But maybe one of your siblings will explain in correct English why you're here.
Because Captain Chan almost had us in his clutches. Everyone thought we were dead, and in your will and testament you wrote that we should be placed in the care of Captain Chan.
He wasn't his death. We were only halfway through our fried egg sandwiches when Captain Shan told me that he was really Count Olaf.
said I had to write out a will saying you children would be left in his care or he would drown me in the lake. I was so frightened that I agreed immediately, but hid a secret message I hoped you children would find.
True.
Of course, then I knew my life was truly in danger. I waited for my opportunity.
Here's Sammy.
I'm straight to my own death.
Well, that worked out.
Good thing I remembered to put gasoline on my recreational watercraft.
And Josephine, why didn't you take us with you? Why did you leave us all alone by ourselves? Why did you protect us from Kamala?
Violet, it is not grammatically
What minutes left?
to say leave us all alone by ourselves. You can say leave us all alone or leave us by ourselves, but not both. Do you understand? That didn't sound grammatical either, but we'll say no more about it. We've all had a very trying day, but none of them think Captain Sham will ever find us here. We can share Curdle Cave for the rest of our lives.
We're not staying here. We're taking the sailboat back to the town, and we're taking you with us.
No way, Jose. I am too frightened of Capital Law to face him.
If you tell Mr. Poe what happened, then can all be locked away. We'll be safe. All of us.
You can tell him that if you want. I am staying here.
He won't believe us unless you come along and prove you're alive.
No, 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 no. I am too afraid.
We're all afraid. We were afraid when we brought home Count Olaf. We were afraid when we thought you had jumped out a window. We were afraid to give ourselves allergic reactions. We were afraid to steal a sailboat, and we were afraid to make our way across Lake Lachrymose in the middle of a hurricane. But that didn't stop us.
I can't help it if you are braver than I am.
They're definitely braver than the cheese.
I can't do it. I am going to live here for the rest of my life, and there is nothing you can say that will change my mind.
Now he's got nothing.
You know Colonel Cave is for sale.
So what?
Well, that just means that before long, certain people are going to want to look at it. And some of those people will be real estate agents.
Okay, let's go.
Real estate.
Josephine, I really do wish you...
My auntie's getting scared.
Stop saying that. Hurricane Herman is over. The sailboat is working perfectly, and we'll be back to town with police drop by morning. We're as safe as can possibly be expected.
Maybe you could think back to a time when you were a little more fierce and formidable.
Where did you find this?
In the library.
I haven't seen this photograph in years. Lucky Sprouts Lumber Mill. It's not far from here.
So that's where they go next. They go to Poultry Road to Lucky Smells Lumber.
Look how handsome he looks in there. And look at Monty.
And their parents.
Yes. And your parents. Such brave and noble people. Oh, how I miss them.
We miss them too. But we have questions about them. They never told us about you, they never told us about Uncle Monty. I have a feeling there's lots of things they never told us about.
Your parents, Baudelaires, wanted to raise you in a quiet world, far away from the fiery injustices that were threatening all of us. They were trying to keep you safe.
It didn't work.
No, it didn't. Not long after this photograph was taken. Your parents and I had to make a vastly frightening decision. I remember that day so well, Klaus. Your mother had just wrestled one of our enemies to the ground when she turned to me and said,
What?
and I mean it this time.
What's wrong?
We are now entering the territory of the lachrymose leeches. Oh my poor he always loved shredded beef tamales and they ended up seething his doom.
I'm sure we'll be alright. You said that the leeches were usually harmless.
Unless you have recently eaten.
We haven't eaten anything since those peppermints the just happened. That was brunch and it's almost morning now.
You didn't eat anything recently, did you, Aunt Josephine?
And Josephine?
Banana.
Right, banana just before you arrived.
I'm sure there's nothing to worry about. They're just very small animals. If we were in the water, we might have reason to fear, but I have to just had a sailboat. Hurricane Herman might have even scared them out of the territory.
You see? We're perfectly safe.
Perfectly safe. See? They're leaving. We're gonna need to sail much faster, or this boat will be in pieces in no time.
It's slowing the lack of wind. We can't make the wind go any faster.
Please don't throw me overboard. I'm too frightened.
Nobody's gonna throw you overboard.
Well, rowing's not gonna work.
Rowing won't help anyway. This boat is sinking. We need help. Hurry, we need help with the little lake. We just need a signal.
Sure, you're right, won't help anyway.
That's right, darling. Close your eyes. What can I do? I'm afraid. It always makes me feel better to block out the fear. Close your eyes. As if we're watching some on-screen entertainment that's too scary for people our age.
And let's not blocking out anything. That's how she concentrates.
Fire alarms.
What?
Fire alarms.
Oh, please don't say any more scary things. I'm frightened enough.
Fire alarms are an excellent way to
the other way. The scientific principle that divergence is a fraction of light. The scientific principle that divergence is a fraction of light. The scientific principle that divergence is a fraction of light. You know what horrible people use a magnifying glass to burn it. Oh, we should do that. Theoretically, but in catching off light from the lighthouse beam.
Oh, if you see that, that's true.
That seems unlikely. You just try your best. It doesn't matter if we're trying our best, what matters is what happens. It won't work, the angle's wrong. The light just needs to refract off of something else to reach us. And then there's nothing else, we're all alone.
You'll have to do it.
You did it. You did. You're playing! God, no, it's there! This might be a bit of a rough landing. Brace yourself.
I always do.
We don't know how to thank you.
I can think of a way.
That's kind of rough.
Oh no!
You can stop faking your death and running away and rescuing each other and making me ferry around this godforsaken lake searching for you.
Parenting is exhausting.
You're not a parent and you never will.
He is their dad. He's their adopted wise. He's their adopted evil dad guiding the right way. It's not adopted wise. Sorry for saying that. Cut that out of the stream.
On the contrary, Mr. Poe is putting the finishing touches on your adoption papers this very moment. In a few hours, you will be Violet, Klaus, and Sunny Sharon.
Miss Lindy forced entered me to write that note. Mr. Poe will tear those adoption papers into 1,000 pieces.
And who is Mr. Poe going to believe? The owner of a respectable lakeside rental agency? Or 3 runaway pipsqueaks who will go around stealing?
We only stole that boat to retreat at Josephine from her hiding spot, so she could tell everybody about your terrible plan.
Got it there.
You're going to betray. After all the years we spent together, after all of those picnics by the shore, after all of those shredded beef tamales I served to your husband, after all the secrets we had shared.
Yes, I was going to betray you, and these 3 children gave me the courage to do so. Ever since that
That's true.
they have been so fierce and formidable again and again, escaping from their clutches. And what have I done all these years? Nothing but hide in my house. Well, enough of that fine house will top off a cliff.
Which is exactly what it did. That's true.
All I care. Yeah. I am ready to be fierce and formidable again myself, and to face you, Count Olaf. I know your schemes. I've had enough. I've had enough of your greed and your betrayal. Listen to me, Olaf, you villain, you wretch, you bastard. I'm talented actor. I'm going to tell you something I should have told you a long time ago.
And what might that be?
It's bad.
What?
You said, after all the secrets we had shared, you should have said, after all the secrets we had shared, you made a serious grammatical error.
Let me make sure I understand. You would not say Josephine Handwhistle had been thrown overboard to the leeches, because that would be incorrect. But if you said Josephine Handwhistle has been thrown overboard to the leeches, you would be all right with that.
Yes.
I mean,
No. I mean,
I think I finally understand the lesson.
This does actually seem like
Break the boat to Darabin's dock. I'll work here.
with Josephine.
Josephine.
Sure, you know one way to demonstrate you don't care about something.
You don't care.
Is to say the word and then repeat the word with the letters SCHM, replacing the real first letters.
Just choice.
If you don't care about truth and justice, for example, you might say truth schmooth or justice schmustice. These capital loss fears Baudelaire all things away from the Latin speeches. Their feelings about Aunt Josephine were far more common. She'd given them a home, even if it was cold and not hurt.
Truth, justice, what justice? That's what it said.
She tried to teach them, even if it wasn't what they wanted to learn. And like the Baudelaires, she experienced great loss.
Ah, that's true. True enough. Don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe, check out the past. Now, for reviews, go and check out the past. Now, I'll be doing another reaction on season 1, episode 7 of the series we're watching the Netflix series, and episode 8, and then episode 6 of season 1 of Stranger Things, and then I'll be doing episode, many other episodes as well. Yeah. My costume also
Didn't
is
make her a bad person. For this
reaction.
reason, the Baudelaires did not think Josephine schmustice.
Like these, my costume
You know that Josephine's.
And these has costume, she's will catch you. The link to my channel in the description.
Everybody off!
House.
You smell something now.
Yeah, Josephine said it wasn't for.
come on, you're not all day. What am I supposed to do with you? You said you were going to go straight home and rest, but instead you steal a sailboat and push Josephine's house down the hill? I used to be able to pay discount tickets and have to spend the night in a bed and breakfast that uses powdered eggs. I wouldn't be surprised if Captain Sham was no longer interested in serving as your guardian, even though I filled out these forms in triplicate while he voted around like Galapagos looking for you on a hunch.
On a hunch? Well, I'll admit that children's behavior did make me have second thoughts. But then I also had third thoughts, which are how empty my wallet and my heart are. I truly think that the Baudelaires have been an enormous fortune in my life. And so, as I used to say to my dearest friend, the late Josephine, what's your name? Get in the car.
I'm not going anywhere with you. Mr. Paul, this man is really Count Olaf in disguise. He murdered Aunt Josephine in cold blood.
Ashley Coldwater, Klaus, you've been through this. There's absolutely nothing at this point that will convince me that this man is actually Count Olaf. And you have no evidence to support these wild accusations, and I cannot, on behalf
Wow, they might be, but it's true.
of the Mortuary Money Management, merely take the word of a single child.
You don't have to take the word of a single child. You take the word of all three of us.
Actually, it's more like two. The baby doesn't really count.
My leg has grown back! It's amazing! It's incredible! It's wonderful! It's a medical miracle! It's a mitzvah!
Oh, come now, that won't work. Even a child can see that the peg leg is false.
The child did see that the peg leg was false. 3 children, in fact.
It's a mitzvah!
Oh, come now, that won't work. Even a child can see that the peg leg is false.
The child did see that the peg leg was false. 3 children, in fact. But you didn't listen. You never listened.
It's true.
Ooh, perhaps the peg leg was false, but I have never seen this tattoo in my life!
Come now, that won't work either. You tried to hide the tattoo with the peg leg.
Maybe the tattoo is real, but I can't move on.
He smells like
I finished Captain Shaft, says so on my business card.
Oh, come now, that won't work either again. Business cards don't prove anything. Anyone can go to a print shop and have cards made up to say anything they like.
No,
True.
maybe I'm not Captain Shaft. But the children still belong to me. Josephine told us.
Oh, come now, that won't work for the final time. Josephine left the children to Captain Shannon, not Count Olaf. You are Count Olaf and not Captain Shannon. You are going to jail. And the children will come with me and we'll settle this matter once and for all. Go in! Order there!
They escaped. He escaped.
Order there! Order there! Order there! Order there! Well, find a minute. You will stay here, Count Olaf, and I'll finally contact her. Count Olaf!
He's such a fool, but that's the end of that reaction. My thoughts is that he was such a fool the whole time. That's all he was. Such a fool.
What's that thing Haruki Murakami said? When you come out of this storm, you won't be the same person you went to. Before that fight, you won't even be sure, in fact, whether the storm is really over. Do you think we made the right choice?
Doesn't matter if we make the right choice. What matters is what happens.
That's probably what it says in the books as well. This is where it ends. And that's the end of that reaction. Anyway, I'll shorten the video if it gets a copyright. But, yeah, catch you.